Hey guys, I know, long awaited second video from Kevin and I want to thank everyone for subscribing and our previous subscribers. We're really kind of honored that you guys are wanting to watch us. Little old us,
I'm
but
not old.
he's old.
Never mind the gray hair there.
So this video we wanted to take a perspective of what it was like going through the beginning stages of weight loss surgery, as far as how the hormones were effective from the female's point of view and the male's point of view. I don't know if you want to take the lead on this one. You can go ahead and start it.
Well, I'm gonna talk briefly. Kind of give you an idea of what to expect. To recap what's going on. I started at around 360 pounds. Lost 50 pounds before surgery. All in all, when after surgery, total weight loss was 190 down to 172. Currently 185. So the first year after your honeymoon phase, in my experience with going through this, guys, it's second puberty. If you can remember how it was when you were a teenager, anger, all kinds of emotions, it was, for me, it was unbelievable because I already been through that, and the anger issues were I thought a lot worse this go around. Yeah, second puberty is all I can summarize it in, and let's see, she was around to fully witness and bear, unfortunately,
I deserve an award.
some of it. I never ever had. I was a very, very patient person. I mean, there was very little that you could have done, said, or whatever to set me off. That's how patient I was. First year after surgery, during that first year, you look at me the wrong way, I'd about ready to punch you out.
I mean, you wouldn't take it that far, but yeah, I could tell that your emotions were that high.
It was, Hulk smash kind of. It was.
Yeah,
it was.
And that's not the person that I've ever known.
No.
You've never been that way. You've always been so patient and gentle.
Yeah.
So it was weird seeing that from my perspective.
Yeah.
And women of male weight loss surgery patients, I just want to tell you that it does get better.
Yeah. The rage is still there. I have a lot of I'm really bad now at road rage.
And you never
had road rage. I was like, she'd like, honk the horn. I'm like, why? What's it gonna get me? Now I'm like, get the out of the way, It's
really weird to see you like that too.
And I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna start throwing things, and I never was like that.
No.
And it's been said. I'm not sure medically facts or whatnot, but fat stores hormones. I'm sure that's true in a medical sense and whatnot. But once that fat started coming off of me, man, the rage, the teenage hormones were there again.
I think that was half of it, but I think the other half is the weight loss increases male testosterone as well. So y'all are going to be getting this huge surge of testosterone as well as losing those hormones from your fat cells. So it's like the perfect freaking storm, people.
Exactly. The perfect storm of hormones and testosterone and everything.
So again, ladies that are married or together with your weight loss surgery men, hang on to them for that first year. If they're still assholes after that first year, maybe consider leaving them.
But ladies, now, guys, listen up. From my experience, so many months, during that first year, even that first year post honeymoon, she couldn't hide. There was nowhere she could hide. Oh, it was on like Donkey Kong.
True story.
I'm being truth. This is what, the possibility of expecting when you go through weight loss surgery on a male side. This is what I experienced.
Okay, this is kind of TMI, so bear with
No,
us.
no, I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, again.
Okay, but I'm going that far.
Again, the teenage hormones were there again, and she was not safe whatsoever.
And it was like having a new toy.
Yeah.
So
prepare for size change, fellas. Yeah, that happens.
So, okay, we went there.
Well, I'm being brutally honest. I'm blunt as a knife. I mean, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not Willy Wonka.
Y'all are gonna get to know us really well because we don't sugarcoat anything.
No, I mean, I'm here. We're here to help you or to support. We're support. Yeah. This is the things you're gonna expect, and you're gonna get to feel firsthand for yourselves. It's the men once that weight starts falling off. For me, I could not sit still. I hated sitting there when I was, being, obese and fat. All I wanted to do was sit down and watch TV. Once the weight started coming off, the anxiety, I got the shakes. I had to be up and moving.
And I would say that was even 2 weeks post-op with you. You just started, you needed to move. Hell, we were out camping when he was only 2 weeks post-op, and he's up on a freaking ladder putting tarps up over our tents.
Because I couldn't sit there and I was never one to have somebody wait on me. I hated that. Long story short, our dog was attacked during that camping trip, and I was wrestling with the dog that was attacking our dog.
That dog was a 150-pound dog, too.
Yeah, and
not ours, the one attacking ours.
Ours was a small dog. I was doing everything. I mean, I didn't care how far up from I just had my surgery, basically.
Yeah.
Putting tarps up, wrestling a dog to release my dog. You will not be able to sit still. The testosterone starts firing up. The anxiety, whatnot, or I won't say anxiety, but the willing to get up and move your ass finally is there. And,
it's exciting.
And it's like, let's go for a walk. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah. I mean, it was exciting, fun, and it happened. And I'm that's my experience. I hope everyone that sees this and is going through this gets the same experience too. I mean, this is what we all do this is all why we do the weight loss surgery, is to feel better and get healthy and be more active. And in my experience on the male side, that's exactly what happened.
Yep. So. Well said. Well, female's point of view. So, like Kevin said, your hormones are basically stored in your fat cells, and when you start losing the weight, and in that first 3 months, you're going to lose a good majority of your weight, those hormones are going to explode everywhere. So be prepared to be completely emotional. I would say for women, it's like PMS times 10. I was weepy the first couple of weeks. It was, why did I put myself through this? What was I thinking? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Big all she could talk about was being regretting.
I was regretting some things. It didn't take me long to just get out of that funk. And I knew what I was going into. There really was never any regret, but I was sad. I was sad what I put myself through and how hard that I had to work in the first few months. It's a real big transition, ladies. Also, on that point of view, be prepared. A lot of women come out of surgery having their period. Even if you just had it, I don't know, it's something about the surgery. It can trigger your menstrual cycle to happen again. So be prepared for that if you are packing your bag for the hospital, or have something prepared at home, because you could start early.
And again, everyone's journey is different. It may or may not happen.
No, that's true. Absolutely. So. I just know that more and more women talk about it happening. So something to be prepared for.
What else? What else with the hormones?
And this is the other thing is, They do explain that you do not want to make any irrational decisions the first year post-op, and I would agree with that because your emotions are running wild. Don't make any big drastic changes in any of your relationships. Don't make any big drastic changes with your jobs just out of emotion. If it's something that you've been planning, planning to leave your job for years, then, hell, do it. But if it's an emotion that's triggered your leave all of a sudden, maybe hold off and rethink that because, like I said, PMS times 10, people.
Yeah, and it might sound right, but you're not going to be in your right mind
State of mind. Yeah. You don't want to have regrets when you come out of it because you tend to stabilize in your emotions. I would say after the first year. You're in year 3.5, so he'll tell me when he finally stabilizes.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So.
I love you.
So from the guy's experience, prepare for teenage hormones again, rage, sexual appetite.
Oh, and women, don't think that you were excluded from that because the sexual appetite is very much there, especially you're losing the weight, you're going to find yourself in positions that you've never been able to get in before. Legs go higher, people.
Indy.
So
gymnastic
it's
style.
Very exciting.
and the fact that you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing a change, you're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
That also kickstarts other things, and
confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, with that
hair, sorry.
For that first year, walking past a window and seeing my reflection, I'm like, who's that guy? That's not me, is it?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've taken, and I'm sure some of you've seen, I've taken full body selfies, and I was like, hey, this guy.
How you doing?
Exactly. It's like something new that I've never would have ever seen in my entire life. Being, a big kid, being a large child, teenager was overweight and an overweight adult. So
it's not what you're used to looking back at.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. There were times where I would see my reflection in a window or in a mirror just walking past and not realizing that was me.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of surreal.
And
I even still do that.
And
you do.
I always do. How many times do we walk in a store and there's a mirror? I'm like, I gotta stop.
Well, but do you recognize yourself?
Oh, now I do. Yes, I do now. I gotta stop and hey, what's up, buddy? But and that's
head's this big. Seriously. Perfect.
And that's another thing. Document your journey. Take photos. Take photos.
Yeah.
Take photos. Reflect on those old photos. You're like, I had a comment by my supervisor today looking at my old work ID photo. He says, you need to get your photo changed. I'm like, why? So he pulls it up on the computer and I look at it and it is my old, it's like, he's like, you look like this troublemaker. And I'm like, well, I still am, just thinner. So, but document and use those photographs and whatnot as accountability.
Yes.
That you look at those and it's almost like a scared straight kind of thing for me anyway.
Yeah.
I look at my old photos, I'm not going back that way. I'm not that. To me, that would be the ultimate failure for me, is to get to that 360, 370 pounds again, and that would be heavily weighted on my mind as a big failure, and I'm not doing it. So I look at old pictures, I keep accountable. So.
Any sort of regain for me is like slipping back into those old habits, and I get the mindset of failing. I am about 8 pounds heavier than my smallest post-op weight, and that is just too far out of comfort for me. I'm working to get myself back down. It's stress, and the stress has caused me to slip into old habits, which, yes, that is an excuse, absolutely. But I'm human, and to be human is to err, right? So we all learn, and we just go from there.
Yeah.
And we're not perfect.
And for the couples that go through the weight loss surgery, be accountable. I mean, hold your partner accountable. I mean, we walk through the store, and if I feel like I have done, I mean, I'll be first to admit I have times where I felt like I have abused my tool, and I realize that, and it wakes me up. I let her know. I says, look, this is what's going on. I don't feel very well. Hold me accountable. And I do
Yeah.
the same for her. She'll pick something up, and I'm like, really?
I am notorious. So we go grocery shopping together. I would say about 98% of the time. And when we're in the store, I am notorious for picking things up that are unhealthy and putting them in the cart and then taking them back out. I don't know why. This is such a psychological issue with me. I want the junk food. Now, if I don't take it out of the cart right away, this one's right there in my face saying, do you really need that? Let's get it out.
And she does the same for me. I'll put something
I
in there,
will.
but
Can I tell a story? Can I tell a story?
I guess.
I'm sure I've told this story before, but I gotta tell it again because it's excellent.
Hurry up.
At the grocery store, we were in an aisle. There was only one other man in this aisle. And I pick up, I don't even remember what it was, but it wasn't a healthy item.
Crap. Cookies or candy or something.
I think it was a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay. Put it in my cart, and he looks at it, and he gives me that look. He goes like, Jen, do you really need that? That guy looked at him like, girl, man, let that girl eat.
No.
Like, what an asshole.
So be it. Accountability.
But it was kind of, I mean, I guess that's an NSV. He thought we were naturally skinny people.
Yeah.
So weird NSV to have, but yeah, hold your partners accountable. Whether you've had weight loss surgery or not, be their support system.
Yeah.
And the person in the relationship that has had weight loss surgery, give your partner that ability to hold you accountable.
And
give them permission.
Be honest. Say, look,
yeah.
I had a donut today. Don't hide. Hiding makes it worse.
Oh man,
it's like, yes,
that closet eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fast track to gaining the weight again. And yesterday I told Jen, look, I had a donut yesterday. Should I have? No, I shouldn't have. But I'm human, and it's a treat. And it's not like before where pre-surgery I'd eat 4 donuts. Now I have, in this case I had 1 donut and I savored it. So my bad. And I had a maple bar. So, but I told her I wasn't lying. I said, look, I had a donut.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, did you need it? Like, no, but it was there. So, say la vie.
It happens.
Yeah,
I'm
human.
On.
We're human.
You just make the next meal count. I mean, you can't deprive yourself of everything. We're not golden weight loss surgery patients. I'm not gonna even try to project that. I mean, we try our damnedest, but we're human, and I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna have a freaking donut because, yeah, there are times that I'm going to. Yeah. I had weight loss surgery to feel normal. I can't eat a whole donut anymore because that would make me feel sick.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt after having it sick. So
yeah.
But kind of rolling along here. Hormone-wise, gentlemen, again, it's going to be your teenage hormones again. For my experience, that's what it was. I felt like I was a teenager again, I thought I had all the answers, ready to beat people up and whatnot. And so, yeah.
So just try to control that, fellas. Don't go out smashing people's faces in.
Unless they deserve it or earned it, whatever.
No! Fighting isn't the answer, Mahoney.
When it comes to somebody...
never mind.
Towards her, yeah.
He's a little protective.
Yeah. Now, it's 10 times worse now than it was before surgery. So.
Isn't he cute?
Anyway, so that's male perspective on hormones, ladies' perspective on hormones, and then our experience with each other's hormone imbalance.
Oh, did we even talk about that? So our surgeries were only a month apart, you guys. So can you imagine us all hormone jacked up in the same household together? It was fun times. But we survived it, and I think that our marriage is even stronger now. I mean, we're still holding strong, I guess.
Yeah, and I still have that rage, but it's controlled a little more. I mean, she points it out. It's just, and I'm like, yeah, maybe. I'm not going to admit to
Hold
anything.
still, Mahoney.
I'm not going to admit to anything that I'm not going to admit to her that she's right in anything.
Oh, but you're still my big teddy bear. All right, you think we should end it here?
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry took so long.
I know
Projects
things
get in the way.
See why it's taken us so long? You guys see progress behind us?
The roof trusses are up, interior framing's done, exterior walls are up, all that good stuff. Roofing should start next week. So yeah, so the stress is there, and the distance between our last film and this one, we'll try to make it a little more
less distant.
Less distant, yeah. So shoot us some more questions. The hormone one was great.
Yes, thank you, Tanya. It was Tanya O'Rourke's question for us. So
thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
And maybe I'll just say go Saints, but go Raiders.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all our new subscribers and the ones that are sticking it out with us. All right, y'all. We will check you later.